Hey guys, what's going on? Matthew or MP Bricks here, and today we're going to be taking a look at all of the variants of the Dragonian warriors from Ninjago Dragons Rising Season 3, Part 1 as well as Part 2. With all that said, let's jump right into this video. So let's of course start off with their leader tier. Starting off with the original one from back in January. I guess he didn't really release until actually March. However, you could pretty much make him because the only actually different thing is between him and the regular Dragonians, he had these longer horns rather than just these standard ones right there. So that is really the only thing different between him and them. He's got this orc battle sword here, which is pretty nice. Most of the warriors, I think, had that. I think the scouts, yeah, the scouts had the axes. So honestly, I think I like the axes better, but we'll take a look at those in just a little bit. But we'll take a look at him in all the detail because later on we won't need to take a look at the other ones because they're very similar. He's got this very nice molded dragon helmet piece here. Love these. They, of course, carried over to the newer ones as well. And it just really worked well with this armor piece as well. And they actually had these heads. There's his face. Looks like Tyr. Doesn't look like any of the other ones. And if we remove this baby dragon, we can actually go ahead and turn his head around. They had this portion where it looked like it was fire going out of his mouth almost. So you could make it where the helmet is actually their head. I personally preferred that one until I found out that these are their actual heads, not that the armor is just armor. So these are their heads right here. But there is that armor piece. He's got some nice shoulder pads. Those look really, really nice, the shoulder pads there. And then the mouth bit as well. And then around back, he's got two studs where you can obviously grab this dragon, place him on, and he just integrates really well here. I mean, look at that. It just flows so nicely. But of course, here is Tyr without it on. He's got some nice silver armor there, metallic bits that seem to be a little battle damaged there, with some scales going along as well. So nothing crazy here, but he definitely looks really good. I love having all red villains. They're pretty cool. I think it was done too much with Nexo Knights. However, I think we're ready to be back to it, and I think this is definitely a really nice choice. And we'll take a look. We'll take a closer look at this dragon in a moment because we actually have a separate one that we can take a look at. But there was the original Tyr, now on to the part 2 Tyr. He has a much more interesting weapon, especially because his is actually exclusive to him. No one else uses this weapon except for him. So I think this is a pretty cool weapon, especially having that kind of toothpaste blue color on there as well. So I like this a lot. But the Tyr minifigure here has that dragon helmet piece actually remolded into, well, not remolded, but recolored into white here, which I find really nice. It's definitely really cool and actually means that this guy is not necessarily exclusive to a set. You can actually get this in a different set. However, he is a little different from the other ones, just a little bit. He's got that same gunmetal gray armor piece that the other ones had, so nothing crazy there, except he has a blue dragon on his back now, which is really nice to get the different color one. Unfortunately, it has black clips, and I just really do not like that. I really wish we got dark blue clips for this guy. They just don't match, and I don't love it. But these guys are still cool. You don't get a ton of these guys. I think you get 2 complete ones of these total. So that's honestly kind of sad to me. But looking at this guy, he has the same face as all the other ones. And you can almost do the fire effect too, but it's really just the Forbidden 5 symbol there. Same armor piece you saw there. And then the legs are amazing. Look at that. Just being fully translucent. Just looks fantastic. Same with the arms there. They almost seem as if they have arm printing because of the red hands going inside of it, but nothing super special there. And then the torso is also that nice toothpaste blue color. So I really like these guys. Honestly, look at this. The red down there almost looks like ripped flesh, like there is still flesh there, but their armor is kind of holding it on there. So very, very interesting on this tier and these Dragonians in the first place. So these are really nice figures. Both of these are very nice. I think I personally prefer the Spectral one because the original one really wasn't all that different. Neither is the Spectral one, but it is more unique than the original. Of course, we've got some more, so let's go ahead and take a look at those. So here's what I'm wanting to call the standard warrior. However, this one is actually the standard warrior. You got tons of them across the different sets. However, this one is not so common. They really didn't include this dragon very much across the spectral sets. So I don't know. This one's, even though the having the little baby dragon is really more accurate to the show because of course they had wings, and so honestly I'm not even sure what to call this guy, but he is the least common version of the spectral ones. We mostly got this figure right here, which is the same as him. He's just got the legs here, and these guys actually have a dark blue version of the armor piece, which is really, really cool. Love getting that. That is an awesome recolor. And then the rest is really just the same as the tier minifigure, except he's got this little ghost tail, which I really love the color on this one, with the little toothpaste blue color and the translucent light blue. Just love the colors on this one. He is a fantastic looking minifigure. He's also got some long red horns there as well. Just really nice minifigures. Love these ones a lot. Not too much to say about them because unfortunately they really did just reuse parts a lot. And honestly, I think it works pretty well. It worked definitely better with the spectral ones because they're just cooler to me at least. So, yeah, but that's all I have to say about these. So let's get on to the next ones. So here are the next two minifigures. This is the Dragonian Scout, and I don't even know what to call this one. I have a feeling it's Spectral Dragonian Scout. He's basically on the same lines because he's got the mohawk instead of the big helmet. This guy came in quite a few different sets, and then this guy only came in the poly bag with Aaron. Here's that axe I was talking about. Very nice build. Love this one a lot personally. And really, the rest, he's the same, except he has a different head here. He doesn't have a double-sided head because he has that mohawk. So there's his head. You can flip around, and it's just got some scales on the back. So nothing crazy on this one. I do like the variation here. However, it is not actually accurate to the show because this guy, there were no scouts like that with the mohawk. Nor is this one. However, this one, I'll let it slide because he is a great way to get that leg piece. And while the leg piece is actually more common than the tail piece, I actually do think I like just how they look. I think I like the legs better. However, accurate accuracy to the show and what I probably will want in my collection because it's accurate would be that tail there. And he's got that same head there that everyone else has. Great printing on the front. I mean, that is a solid block of printing. There's no empty spots. And then around back, same deal. Solid block printing. And then there's the back print as well. So love these two a lot. Honestly, the spectral ones just feel a lot higher quality, probably just because of the arms. That really just makes them feel such high quality with the arms and the legs being so translucent and all. So I do really like all these minifigures, but I'm really going to have to give it to the spectral ones. But of course, we have some little guys, so let's take a look at those next. Next up, we've got the little guys, and we're not really going to take a look at them like this because it's kind of hard to. But here, this is the spectral one. It's got spikes coming out of it instead of wings, and I find that really odd because this really looks like a Galaxy Squad alien. I'm going to leave it at that. That's just what I think when I see it. And then this one, he gets a stand in some of the spinners, so that's actually pretty cool. And then you can remove him, and he's just the same. You can go ahead, throw him on the back of a Dragonian that, maybe didn't get a flyer, so you can go ahead, throw him on, and he's just like everyone else. So I find that really cool that they did include that, and he's got a little bit to sit on there. But that is all for these, so let's go ahead and talk about them. So, what are my overall thoughts on these as a whole? It was a lot easier to army build the original Dragonians, which made it a lot more fun for play and just having a ton of those. But I definitely think these Spectral Dragonians are a lot better, having those translucent parts and just being really darn cool looking. But those are just my thoughts. Let me know what you guys think down below in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye.